For centuries, flowers have been used as one of the greatest expressions of love. Flowers can have several meanings. Roses symbolize true love, desire, passion, gratitude, friendship, joy of life, success. Tulips represent happiness, royalty, and forgiveness. Orchid symbolizes love, luxury, beauty, and strength. Dahlias represent dignity and elegance. What flowers represent lasts forever. Now, flowers can last forever as NFTs. ChainFlowers. Coming soon.
What's up, CFlowers? Hello, this is Wilmer Toro, Chief Business Development Officer of ChainFlowers. And I'm here with Oscar, our CEO. How are you, Oscar?
Doing well, Wilmer. Hi, everyone. I'm the CEO of ChainFlowers. My name is Oscar Rodriguez, and we're happy to be here with you. And we're going to be answering a lot of questions today. We're really excited because ChainFlowers is taking off, and we are off to a good start.
I'm honest, man. I'm really, really excited. So tomorrow is our Uniswap launch. We're still live on our pre-sale on Unicrypt. So people has less than 24 hours if they want to jump in.
That's right. And I want to also emphasize this is actually our second round. So, our first round did really well. And I'm psyched because this second round is over tomorrow. And, it's to your point. I mean, we're diving head first tomorrow with ChainFlowers and we're going live. So this is it.
It's really exciting, right?
Oh yeah. The moment is finally here. Remember when it was just a dream, right? When it was just a conversation.
I remember, man, since the first live that we had, it was a couple months ago. And I know most of the community that was following us was in Spanish. And this is actually our first live in English to the whole world. So, well, we're going to give a couple of minutes. Right now, we have some people jumping in. But basically, the purpose of today's live is, first of all, to give you details of what's going to happen tomorrow. Besides that, we're going to start answering some questions. Today in the morning, we had a very good AMA with crypto stalkers. Oscar was there. We had very good questions. And actually, I saved some of those questions because they were so good. And I don't know if you remember the amount of questions that you got.
The response was overwhelming. I mean, wow. He gave 2 minutes for people to ask questions. And I said, okay, if we get, a couple dozen questions, that's great. I'll pick a few. We had over 2,000 questions within a matter of 2 minutes. Over 2,000. I think it was almost 3,000. So
it was overwhelming.
Answer, but it is what it is. I know everybody has questions, but that's what we're here for. We're here to answer as many as we can.
Yep, that's right. So we're gonna take some time. I expect this live to be 30, 45 minutes at most. But if the community has more questions, we'll definitely answer them. Like I said, today's AMA was like so overwhelming. We just didn't expect that many questions.
The response is great. People are curious. They want to learn more, and being curious and wanting to learn more is always a good thing. So,
yeah, and like when the host told us, okay, so we're gonna open the chat for the community, some questions gonna pop up, and man, it was just like all the Telegram, like tus. And when he told you, okay, just choose 5, it was really hard to choose, which to answer, because I know we didn't have much time.
The best 5. Well, which ones are the best 5 out of 3,000? It's really hard.
It was tough. But we really appreciate what a crypto stalker community did for us today. That was an amazing AMA. After that AMA, we had a lot of new members joining our Telegram and following us on Twitter. If you're watching this live and you're still not part of the ChainFlowers community in Telegram or Twitter, I invite you to join us right now. Actually, let me put those links.
Yeah, go ahead and put them up.
Right here. Should be at the bottom.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So while I get some people to join, let me pull up those questions that we have that we had early today, which they were really good. So you can talk about them a little bit. And
absolutely.
Okay, so one of the good questions was, okay, so it was, welcome. We would love to know about ChainFlowers team and how long you guys have been in this field. You want to answer that
question? I mean, obviously we are public. Obviously, people can research us. They can look us up. We're on Facebook. We are on Twitter. We are basically all over social media. But I can tell you a little bit about myself. Let's start with that. I've been in the IT world for well over 20 years. I graduated with a degree in computer science out of New York City. I went to one of the CUNY schools called Lehman College. So computer science out of that, and I've been doing programming and coding my entire career, really. Everywhere from New York City, the Department of Education, all the way to where I am now in an insurance company. And I just got really good at what I do. And not only that, I love what I do. I love programming. Wilmer, I know you love programming too. Yeah. And so here's the thing that happens, right? As I'm taking my master's degree, I went to Florida State University, the quickest and at the same time the longest 2 years in my life, because it was really intense. Took that master's while having a family, took that master's while working full time, took that master's while we were doing crypto as well. It's tough.
It is.
But yeah, graduated thankfully finally this year with a Master's of Science in Management Information Systems. And what happens, we, as you know, obviously, Wilmer, you know the story very well. We've all been investing in crypto for the last 5 years. And so, when we're getting together, we came to the realization, hold on a second, we can actually do more. Guys, we've got the brains, we've got the team, we've got the knowledge to be able to create something ourselves. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that and the creation of ChainFlowers in a minute. But again, just to wrap up of who I am, just been in IT for over 20 years. I have experience programming in SAS, SQL, Python. I started with HTML in high school. Who hasn't started with HTML, right?
Yeah.
Well, so we've got a little bit of everything there. Yeah, at heart, I am an IT programmer. And I take everything from security to help desk to everything about IT I love and I take very seriously. So that's a little bit about myself. I can also speak a little bit also about our CDO, Christian. He's an electric engineer with over 20 years of experience. He's got a master's degree in big data and business analytics. He's a renowned professor, and he specializes in systems automation and telecommunication like IoT and ETLs. He's led projects in energy efficiency and renewable energy to reduce carbon footprint, which is kind of key to some of the things that we also want to bring to in ChainFlowers. He's very knowledgeable with blockchain as well. So a little bit about all of us. I know it's Wilmer. Tell us about you. I'll give you the honors.
Yeah, basically, I just love new challenges, develop new businesses. Like I have explained before, my main role on this company, on ChainFlowers, this project is basically to make sure that we develop a successful business model, to make sure that it's not just a short-term project, but basically a long-term, and will be self-sustainable as well. And now that was a really good question, because when you're investing on a new project, you want to know the people behind the project.
Absolutely.
And there was another question too that was actually very important regarding the team. And it's actually, since we're running our pre-sale on Unicrypt right now, there's actually a warning that says that the team is anonymous. And you could see us right now, we're public faces. But actually, let me share that screen real quick, just for people to know what we're talking about. Yeah. And if you would like to explain us, Oscar, why we
I mean, it's very simple, and I was actually pleased that I was asked that question. The host himself asked us that, and kind of spontaneous, but great. Let's talk about it. So exactly what you're showing there right now at the bottom, those
right here.
red flags. I mean, if I'm an investor and I go in and I see that and I don't know who is behind this project, I'm automatically going to say, hold on a second, this is no good, I'm out. But what happens is Unicrypt, like the majority of these places, I mean, they need to make a profit. They need to make some money. I mean, we're also doing this public sale to basically give the community an opportunity to come in and invest in the project that we have. Now, the option that we had prior to launching this pre-sale in Unicrypt was we can remove these warnings if you pay us a hefty fee. And we took a step back and said, hold on a second, well, what if we don't pay it? Well, if you don't pay it, then we're going to have those warnings. So we made that decision, and I believe to today, I stand by it. I think it was a wise decision to not invest that money in just removing a couple of warnings that, while somebody that doesn't know us will probably take it at face value. But again, because we're public figures, we're public faces, not public figures, but public faces. Everybody can research us. We've got a growing community. I mean, anybody that searches for Oscar Rodriguez, you'll see I'm a father of 3. You'll see my wife. You'll see my family. I'm not hiding from anyone. So we made that decision, and again, I stand by it, to not spend that amount of money in just removing those flags. And that's really all that is. I mean, does that really mean that the team is not anonymous if they're willing to pay for that? I don't know. What do you think, Will?
Yeah, well, I was part of that decision of not paying for that KYC service. I just prefer, you could spend that money on marketing, for example.
Absolutely.
You have a better return if you do that.
Absolutely.
And it's just kind
of, got stakers, right? So I mean, I think that's a better use of the money that we're all staking in the project.
Yeah, that's right. And for example, we have been doing lives for a while already. It's not our first time going live. People know us already, and we already have an amazing community backing up ChainFlowers, which is Avenida Crypto. And everyone that has been following ChainFlowers knows that the project was born in Avenida Crypto, and that we have the amazing support of this community. So everyone knows who we are. So we were not gonna pay like this huge amount, a fee, just to have that check. At the end, the pre-sale we're making on Unicrypt wasn't really needed. It was mostly to get a higher liquidity on Uniswap. Our seed and private sale was already successful. So we have everything we need to make this project successful.
Absolutely.
And, that was to develop platform.
Questions, Wilmer. I mean, one of the big key questions that I found during the AMA was, do we have enough funds in order to make this project work? And the answer to that is absolutely. We've got the funds to pay the developers. We're actually already in that process of developing our application, our apps, basically right on the roadmap. We're right on track for all of that. So as far as that's concerned, we're funded to kick this off and to deliver the product as much as we can. To your point, I think this is an additional opportunity for more people to jump in as early adopters, if anything.
Yeah, and actually, even if we don't reach our soft cap in Unicrypt, we're launching on Uniswap tomorrow anyway.
We're doing it. We're going live.
Also, if for some reason we don't reach the soft cap, I know there are 15 participants on that pre-sale. If for some reason we don't reach that soft cap, well, the participants will get a refund from Unicrypt.
Right.
And what we could do is that we could do the OTC directly. So we could do over the counter sell of the tokens directly because they showed interest in the project on the pre-sale.
Definitely an option.
Now, if you were not a participant and let's say we launch tomorrow and you see the price spike, you're not going in on it because you didn't show any interest. So yeah, we're gonna support our early supporters.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's jump on some other questions. Well, we had so many questions; it's kind of hard to choose one. Well, I think this one will be a really good one since we might have a lot of people new to the project.
Yep.
So, Oscar, if you can briefly explain what the main concept behind ChainFlowers is.
Oh man, I love to talk about this, and sometimes I'm going to sound like an old man just repeating the same story over and over again. But it's just, it's just a story that I love to tell. So what I like to talk about when I describe ChainFlowers is, think about the last time you purchased flowers. Where are they today, right? And I give the example of my wife and I have been married for 14 years. And every time I give this example, she'll smile, she'll laugh at me. It's been 14 years. That's many floral arrangements over the years. I cannot count them. I can only guess. I probably am going to take a little more credit than I deserve, because I'm going to say every single Mother's Day, every single birthday, every single Valentine's Day, every anniversary, every special occasion, even, just because occasion. The point is, right, all of these floral arrangements, they're gone. The memory of them might still be around, but the actual floral arrangement, no matter how beautiful, no matter how unique, because guess what? Over the years, hey, a dozen roses, okay, great. But eventually you want to give something that looks nicer or something special, something different. But where are those? I don't remember what they look like. We may or may not have taken a picture. Anyway, the point is, it's gone. More importantly than that, though, at least to me, is my investment is gone. And of course, you know me, Will, I like to do math. So I went and I took a guesstimate of how much that was over the last 14 years, and it adds up. And when I said, wow, if I would have invested that in Bitcoin or in another cryptocurrency, that would be a lot more today. The point is, ChainFlowers solves two problems there, at least from the consumer side. Myself, I'm buying flowers. So what happens? The person that's receiving the floral arrangement and art or arts and craft, they get to keep it. It never dies, it never perishes. They can collect it, they can hand them down, they can give them to their daughters, to their sons, to sisters. They can get them to wherever they want or keep them over the years. And they never lose the value. So not only gift them, but they can also sell them. And on the other side, it solves a problem. And we're going to talk a little bit about this more a little bit later, because we had a question that I really liked about COVID-19 and how that may have impacted the plans for the project. But let me just give you a preface to that. The other problem that I see it solving is for florists, and not just florists, but artists. Because yes, while platforms exist where you can sell your different types of arts, there is none that is dedicated especially for, number one, floral arrangements, and number two, arts and crafts that are, unique and distinct. Like we were just in El Salvador a week and a half ago, and boy, Wilmer, I got to tell you, the things that are made, handcrafted, wooden, the arts, it's just amazing. And those pieces alone, they can be converted into NFTs. And we will guarantee that they're unique, and I love it because it's an opportunity for them. It's an opportunity for everyone around. There you go.
Actually, I'm just showing a picture of you on the trip to El Salvador.
I remember
a local florist.
Yeah.
I'll probably have to add some more, but what you said is really good, because it's not just flowers; it's art in general. Anything that could benefit from the fact of becoming immortalized by turning it into an NFTs. This could be like crafts, paintings, anything that's art. So yeah, it's really nice. And actually, one of the amazing things that I'm really excited about is a country, the government of El Salvador, is welcoming us to help them, to help their local florists enter a global market.
Yep, there's local florists, the local artists, and that's what I'm saying. Talent is everywhere, but it really amazed me because two things there, right? The picture you showed is the picture of me speaking with one of the local florists at a floral shop in the center of El Salvador, and as she was building the arrangement, I asked her a few questions. How long does it take to build it? She says anywhere between 5 minutes to 30, 45 minutes, depending on how complex it is. And I said, so you build really complex arrangements? She goes, oh, absolutely. And I said, well, What if I asked you to do the same exact one tomorrow? Will it be the same? She goes, well, no, I can't because I don't remember where each flower was, or, basically it's different. And then I asked her about the prices, and, they ranged everywhere from $5 all the way to even up to $75. What was interesting about that, though, is that I asked her, well, what would you say if right now, the NFT you're creating for me, all I'm going to do is take a picture and create an NFT. So what the picture you showed was her with her cell phone taking that picture to upload it and convert that to an NFT. And at the end, did we take the flowers, Wilmer? We did it. I didn't take them. I left them there for her. And I said, we just need you to take them apart and you can resell them individually or you can dispose of them. But the NFT itself is going to hold its value, because that's what we did. We created that. And I said to her, would you be interested in something like that? She was, it seemed like a dream for her. That's on one end. On the other end, when we spoke to the government officials, they do have programs where they want to teach their citizens. They want to not just teach them, but they want to be able to launch their artists, right? And that's really what it's all about. They say, we have so much talent over here, but what they have is not enough exposure. So what ChainFlowers is going to bring, at least right now, to El Salvador, and I am sure we can do that to many other countries. I mean, we're from Honduras, Wilmer. We can do that in Honduras as well. There's need, of course, there's need, but there's talent, untapped talent, right? That all they need and all they're looking for is a platform to be able to showcase that talent. And then we know that there are people that are interested in that. I mean, I will tell you this, Wilmer, I myself, before ChainFlowers, honestly, I don't like calling 1-800-Flowers to order roses or flowers or anything like that. I usually go to our local florist to support them. So see, I know there's people like that, like myself, that would rather support local florists, or why not a florist shop in El Salvador. Let's help out a family in need in Honduras or in another country, anywhere else in the world, by supporting their work. And I think that alone is a big hit for me, at least.
Yeah, actually, one of the reasons why the governments are interested in this is because you're helping the local florists, the local economy, basically enter a global market. So, for example, artists or florists, painters from El Salvador will be able to sell their creations to anywhere in the world. You could sell in China, Europe, even if you're in El Salvador. Right now, there's nothing that they could use to do that. Right. So we'll be the first ones, we'll be pioneers in this industry. So basically, we are tapping on a new market, which is flowers, crafts, and paints as well. Let me pull up some more questions. We're already 25 minutes, man. We'll probably get some more time.
We can talk about this all night long, really, if we want to. But yeah, let's get to some more questions. You're right.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, this one. Okay. Actually, while I'll look for some questions, I would like to invite the community, the viewers, to do their own questions so we can answer them too. I see that we have a couple already, so we'll get to that in a minute. I just want to get out the best questions that we had this morning. Okay, so yeah, we answered about the warning. Okay, how about this one? Someone asked us if we had any plans to launch it on TrustSwap Launchpad. I think we already kind of answered that before, but if you want to tell the story of the opportunity that we saw in here.
Sure.
About Avenida Crypto Launchpad.
Absolutely. So long story short, we saw an opportunity. And that's really what, basically, I think that's our essence. We see opportunity, and we see not just the opportunity, but also, can we do it? Is it feasible? Do we have the talent? Do we have the support? And the answers to all of those questions was yes, yes, and yes. So with Avenida Crypto, prior to even going to TrustSwap and speak to them about launching in their ecosystem, we had already raised what we needed in order for us to kick off and pay the developers and do the marketing. So we raised enough funds to be able to do this. Now, Now, here's the thing: we kind of just asked ourselves, well, wait a minute, we're technically already launching it ourselves with Avenida Crypto. So at that point, that's when we made the decision. Hold on, we're onto something here. There is nothing in Latin America that launches cryptocurrencies for the Latin American community. So that's when we made the decision to basically create our own launch pad in Avenida Crypto. And for ChainFlowers to be, because technically it is officially the first project being launched through the Avenida Launchpad. So, I mean, I think that's a great opportunity also for those that came in early with ChainFlowers, because when Avenida Crypto comes out, you know, there's going to be some benefits there. There's going to be airdrops. There's going to be all of that great stuff, rewards that we all love. I mean, I love rewards. I don't know about you, but
yeah.
you know, but that's on that side of Avenida Crypto, you know. So the plan for us, yes, I think obviously there was a lot of consideration. We spoke with Jeff also as well about the possibility, which is why at this point we're even minting through them. And we're also going to be doing the, well, I'm forgetting it, it's skipping my mind. The minting and the vesting, thank you.
Yes.
So those two things we're still doing with TrustSwap anyway. So it's not that we're really driving away from them by any means, no. You know, we believe in the project. We're still investors in that project. And, you know, we are going to continue to roll with them. And not just that, but learn from them as well. What we're doing with Avenida Crypto is a similar thing, a launchpad, but for the Spanish-speaking community, for those companies. I mean, you know that there's big ideas in
and there's talent. There's talent.
There's a lot of opportunity there. We actually have a few projects that we just don't have enough time to talk about them right now, but already interested in launching in Avenida Crypto. So that's the reason why. I don't know if that answers the question.
Oh yeah, that answer is really good. And like you mentioned that there will be an airdrop. Well, everyone should have received an email a couple of days ago, kind of explaining what the airdrop will look like. So basically, all the early investors in ChainFlowers, when we launch Avenida Crypto Launchpad, they will receive an airdrop based on their initial investment and how much CFlow tokens they will be holding by then. So I can explain that already in the email, but if anyone has questions, just type it on the chat and we'll definitely address that too.
Or if you didn't get the email and you think you should have gotten it, let us know.
Yeah. The other thing I want to tell you about, so we were talking about El Salvador, but it's not just that we're going to be focused on one country, because eventually we're going to expand to everywhere in the world that we can. And I just want to share with you, most people already know this, but we're going to be in Roatan August the 19th. Well, you'll be Oscar, we'll have Roger and Christian, which is basically we got the core team of ChainFlowers in here, and we're going to be talking about ChainFlowers too in Honduras.
Yep.
And eventually we're going to be talking about ChainFlowers too on every country that we can. So it's not just that we're going to be focused on El Salvador.
Absolutely. Hey, listen.
I just want to make sure people don't think that. We're going to be everywhere.
That's a great point. I mean, listen, we're technically not even launched yet, and we already went to El Salvador. So, I mean, think about that. The fact that we're getting a head start. So, again, to your point, that doesn't mean we're going to stick to just El Salvador. No, that just shows you that even before launch, we already went to a different country. We already started doing things there. We already started rolling the ball. And so, yes, Honduras is next. And so we're going to continue that expansion. Absolutely.
Yeah. And the good thing is that the exposure that we have, the connections that we have will make it really easy to approach the governments. Like everyone that has been following us, you know that we have done a couple of interviews already on some TV channels in Honduras too. We'll have some soon in El Salvador. So I feel like we have a really good position within this market to be able to make the project grow. Like I say, we're going to be approaching the governments because the idea of having their local florists, artists, craft people, and painters be able to enter a global market will definitely interest these governments because they will be helping their own economy.
It's an ambitious, goal, but I believe it's doable. It'll take time, absolutely. But the moment that the governments and the local governments, I said it twice, but the moment the local government sees that, it's helping their economy, it's boosting their economy and helping their people, more governments are going to want to jump in on this.
And too, the governments, they have like an obligation to promote their culture, their tourism, and they even have budgets to promoting art and culture, and tourism as well. So I think we have a really easy path to get there.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let me check through the chat to see if we have any good questions. Okay. Let me take this out. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Flowers are forever. Yes, definitely. With ChainFlowers, flowers will be forever now. They won't die. Okay, so this is a good question from Nicolas. When should we be able to have the official contract for CFlow? Okay, so we're going to be sharing the contract tonight after we end the live. Now, another secret I'm going to tell you, if you check your MetaMask wallets, you already have the first distribution of CFlow tokens.
Nice.
The 15%. Should have been a surprise. I hope no one knew before I say it. I said it. But yeah, we're going to be sharing the contract today. Anyways, if you're active on our Telegram, we're going to be sharing all that information. We're going to share the Uniswap link. We're going to share an exact time tomorrow morning. We're launching tomorrow afternoon, anywhere between 12 and 4 p.m. Eastern time. So we're going to be sharing that. And, now that we mentioned being active in Telegram, let me tell you about the promotion that we started today. And so it was the CFlow gurus.
Yeah.
We had the first winner, Giancarlo. He already sent me his wallet, so I'll be sending the tokens later today. But basically, he won $25 worth of CFlow tokens. Nice. Because he was active on the Telegram and he answered the random question I did, which was, who is our CEO and what was your master's degree? So he got it right.
He got it right, yes.
And I'm going to be doing more random questions. So that's basically to incentivize the community to be active in the Telegram.
Yeah, learn more about the project and to learn more about the team. Absolutely.
Yeah. Also, the other promotion I was talking about on the Telegram was the CFlow Master Shillers. So basically, we're going to reward the community members that are basically promoting the token. So far, we have Jorge Didenku, which has been the most active member, basically posting about ChainFlowers all over Twitter, all over Telegram. So at the end of the week, well, today is Wednesday, right? Yes. At the end of this week, we're gonna reward 10 members, the most how would you call it?
The 10 most active ones?
Yes, shillers. I don't know if that's the right.
And biggest shillers. We can make up words.
Biggest promoters.
There you go.
That's the word. So yeah, the 10 biggest promoters of ChainFlowers will receive a reward by the end of this week. So that's the other promotion I was talking about. Now, the first one, the CFlow Gurus, we're going to keep doing that. So you got to be active on the Telegram. And basically, I'll be asking questions that you can find the answers on the white paper or on the website or maybe even on the Telegram.
Or just memorize the white paper and be able to give the answer right away.
I know a lot of people, they don't read the white paper because some of the questions that we had today was like, it's on the white paper,
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
All the time we spend writing the white paper.
Yeah, okay, so let me check some more comments. Okay, nice. I see we got some promoters here. Okay, Roger's saying about the tourism. Yeah, that's a really good point about governments that, governments, they need to promote their tourism and their culture. And one of the best way of doing so will be ChainFlowers, like people buying stuff from local florists, local craftsmen, and artists and painters as well. So ChainFlowers will be a good way of promoting tourism too.
One thing that we don't talk about a lot, Wilmer, is, for example, somebody's going to be able to go into ChainFlowers and be able to tell their story. So you'll be able to know as a buyer, if you're looking for a certain type of flower that only grows in a certain type of climate, let's just say for the sake of the example, Colombia, right? It only grows in Colombia. and you look and you search for that and you see a family or you see a person and you read their story and then you get to see all that culture, you're suddenly thinking, wait a minute, I don't just want the flower. Yes, I'll buy the NFT. I want to go there as well. And I think that's what ChainFlowers is also going to be opening a door for tourism. Absolutely. Great point, Roger.
Yeah. Let me check some more here. Okay, actually. Okay, we got a question in Spanish. So do you want to answer this one in Spanish or in English? Let me read it for you. It's, hola, para entender bien, ¿van a hacer fotos de los arreglos florales o flores hechas a computadora?
So, let me just say that in English, since we're having this live in English, and then I'll
also do English and Spanish. Like that's a good thing. Good thing about having a bilingual core team.
Right. That's the thing. So we'll also answer it in Spanish as well. Vamos a contestarla en inglés y en español. So, it's the question is it floral arrangements made of flowers or is it a computerized, digitalized, like the little logo that we have for ChainFlowers? Yeah. No, it is not a digital arrangement. It is actual real flowers, real arrangements, and not just flowers and arrangements, but arts and craft, paintings, different, anything that you consider art, especially having to do with certain types of cultures. Absolutely, sculptures, anything. That is very specific. Para contestar la pregunta en español, no se trata de flores hechas a computadora o digitalizadas como el logo de ChainFlowers que está arriba en la pantalla, sino que son fotos de los arreglos florales en sí. La diferencia aquí, and this is the big difference, right? That it's through blockchain, it's through NFT, so it is certified as unique or as an arrangement 1 of 10, for example. Una de las grandes cosas aquí o ventajas es que no solamente es una foto, sino que es algo certificado por el blockchain. ¿Qué significa? De que eso certifica y garantiza de que o es única o de que es un arreglo de, por ejemplo, de 10 diferentes arreglos. O sea, que una copia de 10. Así que espero que eso conteste tu pregunta, Alejandro. I hope that answers your question, Alejandro.
Yeah, that was a good one. Actually, let me check some more. Okay, Nicolas congratulating Dudenku, Jorge Dudenku. He's a major promoter right now. He has been doing an amazing job, man. Like, I see him like everywhere on Twitter. Like, I get the notifications when someone mentions ChainFlowers on Twitter, and I'm getting like every day, all day. So that's good. You're doing an amazing job, Jorge.
Be like Dudenku. Come on.
That's a good wording, man. That should do that on a meme or something, you know. Okay, let's see some more. Raul, yes, we're with you. We cannot talk about prices, but we're very optimistic.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is a good question. How are we counting the promoters? So most of the promotion of new projects is basically on Twitter. So there's actually some platforms that can give you statistics on when someone mentions you Twitter. Actually, I'm gonna write a post later today and post it on the Telegram so I can kind of explain how we can count your how you call it, like times you mention ChainFlowers or yeah. But yeah, we're gonna be using a third-party app, a platform to basically get all the statistics or of the best promoters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Giancarlos, you were the first CFlow guru. You got the first question right. And just a reminder, I'll be doing some more questions later today. I'll probably wait till it's midnight or something when everyone's sleeping just to test them. Just kidding. We're going to be doing random times and random questions too. Let's see. We got Alejandro 8 first. Okay. That's a good one. Okay, so we got a good question for Cloud. So Cloud, we have a time frame right now between 12 and 4 p.m. You can actually see on Unicrypt, there's actually a countdown. Mm-hmm. I just noticed that the countdown on our website is not exactly the same as the one on Unicrypt. So I'll probably need to change that to get the exact time. But we're going to be launching between 12 and 4 p.m. And once we're ready, we're going to provide a shorter time frame.
Yeah, follow us on Telegram and we'll make an announcement.
Yeah, we're gonna be letting everyone know through Telegram and Twitter as well, and we're gonna be sharing the contract too of the CFlow token, and of course the link to the Uniswap, so you can trade the token later on. Okay, so I don't have any more questions in here. If you don't have any questions, I guess this might be all for tonight. Is there anything else that you want to add, Oscar?
I mean, I'm really excited about the project. If you have any questions that weren't addressed today, I know that I can think of a couple of them off the top of my head that we didn't really quite get to cover here in this video, but I can, just generalize. We got a lot of questions about security, basically the same exact question, just phrased differently. What are we doing about security? Obviously, there's a lot of hackers. Obviously, there's a lot of, even just fear of people thinking, what's going to happen if we get hacked or if we get. And I got to tell you, we have Raven Madrid in our team, who is a top security analyst. And so he's an expert in cybersecurity. And he's our guy. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I feel safe.
That's right. Me too, man.
By going to him, and I just wish that I could somehow, articulate that a little better. But I feel safe, and that alone tells you the faith that we have in him, and not just him as just an individual, but on his knowledge, his experience, and what he really is bringing to the table. I feel that as long as Raven is taking a look at it, we're safe. And we are taking all the procedures and all the, whether we're basically taking all the safety measures that we need to take in order for our coin, in order for our system, in order for our ecosystem to be safe from all those evildoers out there. And another question, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, and another question that we did receive that actually caught my attention that I do want to mention is how did COVID-19 impact?
Okay, before you go into that, let me add a little bit about the cybersecurity, because I was just so happy, so excited when we got Raven on board as our cybersecurity advisor. One of the reasons is because, well, he's owner of one of the best cybersecurity companies in Central America.
Yeah.
Besides that, he has been working for banks, to make sure their network are secure. And I believe that banks are one of those institutions, companies that they need to have top security, So if big banks chose Raven to be their cybersecurity advisor, we know we're in good hands. We have an expert on board, so I feel really safe.
That's a home run, and thank you for mentioning that. Yes, I don't know why I didn't say that, but yes, absolutely, that's great. I mean, and that's kind of what I meant by saying, hey, I feel safe. Raven's on it, I'm done.
Yeah, one of the things I was always afraid, there's a lot of hackers out there, and we have seen stories of a lot of projects that they get hacked and how they get affected, even though they recover after the hack. Even that way, they it's kind of hard to get up,
Absolutely.
So I feel that security is a very important aspect of developing a project. So I feel really safe of having Raven on board. He's an expert on that. I wouldn't be able to answer cybersecurity questions. So if you have any questions about that right now, probably not a good time.
No, specifically about cybersecurity, I honestly wouldn't be able to do it either. It was part of our program in the master's degree, but it's like just a short semester of that, and that's it. Raven is,
he specializes on that, so that's what he does. So.
That's right. So, no, it is a top priority for us. So, absolutely important for you to mention, something about his profile and why he's such a big get for us.
Another question that we had it got me thinking, was how did we decided to do our launch in the middle of a bear market?
That's kind of where I was going with the COVID-19, but go ahead, take it, and then I'll add the COVID-19 section to it.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, if you start developing a project, we all know the markets move in cycles. I always say that, we had the 2017 bull run, then we had a bear market, the 2013 bull run, bear market. So it's just the way the market moves. So you don't have to be afraid of a bear market. The team, we're gonna be working on the platform. Right now, our estimate will probably be 5 to 6 months of finishing the platform. What do you think about that, Oscar?
I think that's very
Probably around that time frame.
Yes.
Now, the good thing is, whenever the next bull run comes, what do you think going to happen to ChainFlowers with a solid platform?
We're
with a
gonna
good community? It's gonna be like insane, you know. So we're taking the challenge of growing in the bear market, because we know when the next bull market comes, man, it's gonna be insane.
Absolutely.
I really hope we have the platform ready, and we're gonna have some time to actually get all these governments on board that we're thinking about, all these local florists, kind of get the user base, so we could be ready for the next bull run. So good thing is we have enough time to work. We have the funds that we need to develop the project, thanks to our amazing community. We really appreciate the support. So let's answer that question that you had about COVID-19, which I believe that's really important to talk about that.
Oh, absolutely. And great point about our community. I mean, yes, bravo. And thank you everyone from Avenida Crypto as it continues to grow. But yes, to your point, especially when we're talking about, well, wait a minute, why would we launch in the middle of what is perceived to be a bear market? Okay, well, it definitely takes courage to do it, yes. But when you really think about it, not that much. Why? Because at the end of the day, Wilmer, you and I both know it moves in cycles, as you mentioned. So it is a completely natural thing for it to happen. What we do know is that right now we have the opportunity to launch this project in the middle of a bear market and allow it to grow organically. And what do I mean by that? I mean that, well, while the growth may be slow, we are going to have enough time for us to prepare and finish and deliver all the deliverables that we promised to the community, to our stakers, so that by the time the bull run hits, we're going to hit the ground running. So I'm really excited about that. One of the key questions that was asked in that regard as well was about COVID-19 and how COVID-19 affected us. And I don't know if you would agree with me, Wilmer, but it actually did not affect us at all, at least not in the planning stages. But how can something like a pandemic impact ChainFlowers in the future? Well, if I'm honest, I think if anything, it's an actual outlet. It's an actual place where it actually solves that issue. There was a moment where last year I wasn't going to the local florist to buy flowers. There was a moment last year where I stopped buying art. I just didn't go out. No one did.
Yeah.
You have a platform like ChainFlowers where you can actually gift, without leaving your home, and not just gift, but to actually be able to sell and put your product out there without having to have the brick and mortar, a store, or without having the need to have customers walk into your store. No, you can just put them in ChainFlowers. And I think that is a big problem that gets resolved by simply utilizing our ChainFlowers platform. So is it impacted by COVID-19? I think if anything, it solves that problem.
Yeah. We have noticed that, well, this pandemic kind of show you what the next generation would look like. We are a lot of people working from home. A lot of companies that used to have their offices, they started basically going to the cloud, having their people work from home to prevent, for social distancing. So yeah, we kind of had a peek on what the next generation would look like. Eventually, a lot of people will prefer to just buy online instead of going to a local florist shop or going to the art exhibitions or stuff like that. Everything will be digital. And good thing about ChainFlowers is that now your art, your crafts, your flowers will now last forever. So yeah. Let me see what else we got here. Oh, there's our top promoter at the moment.
There he is.
We'll see if you could hold that, Jorge. We'll see if someone takes your crown.
This doesn't count, by the way.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Michelle very excited. We are too.
You're
We
very
are very excited. And we got Raven too. He's really excited about the launch as well. Well, you could see that our cybersecurity advisor is public too. There you go. Was that on the beach, Roatan, maybe? Or, well, kind of hard to guess. But yeah, all of our team, all of our core team is public. The other thing I really want to mention about is about our developers, the developers that we're partnering with. We went into I'll be like a huge process to vet, interview the developers, and at the end, the ones we are partnering with had such an amazing experience. You can talk about that, Oscar, since you have been talking with them more often than me.
Well, I'm just smiling because, I'm a developer. And so, when you're talking about the process and it being, arduous, yes, absolutely. As a developer, I'm looking for top-notch developers. And, so I was very picky. I wanted nothing but the best. And I believe, Wilmer, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe we did get the best when it comes to developers, at least, when it comes to being a fit to what we're trying to do, for them understanding where we're trying to head. I mean, for me, it's a match made in heaven. I don't want to oversell it, but we're talking about guys with experience. They've been with Disney. They've been with big top
Netflix.
companies.
Yeah, they have worked with Netflix, Comcast, and some other like big companies.
And they have nothing but 5 stars and thumbs up from all these big companies. So for me, we've got a winning team. I'm confident that they'll be able to deliver. I am really excited because I know with them, we're going to be getting exactly what we're asking for. And dare I say it, on time, which is a key thing when it comes to programming. You can be the best programmer, but if you're slow, you're not going to deliver on time. So yeah. I'm very happy about this team. And I'm excited to share those news.
Yeah, I feel really proud about the team that we have, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
We have a really good team. And everything we have promised, we'll deliver.
Yes. I'm really excited. I can't wait.
Okay. We got let me check this one. Okay, that's Jorge again. Awesome. Okay, we got a good question. Not sure if we talked about this already, but if you want to talk about it again, Oscar. Can you explain a little bit about the Avid token and how early investors will benefit?
So the investors right now that are in, and how it does relate to ChainFlowers, right? Because the early investors, the ones that came in with us when we were really just, an idea, before Aave, which is Avenida Crypto, was even a thought about a launch pad. What's going to happen is, when Avenida Crypto comes around, and our CEO, Christian Calix, can tell you more about that, and I think he's going to obviously have more detail later on. But what I know right now is that those that are holding ChainFlowers, because you were an early investor, there's going to come a point where the longer you hold ChainFlowers, the nicer it's going to be for you when it comes to the Avid token, because there's going to be some nice airdrops coming along. So again, it's going to depend on, yes, where you're an early investor, and also how long are you holding. Can you sell some of it and hold some of it? Probably, but then your drop is not going to be as nice as it may be if you would have held everything. So we want to really drive that home. We're encouraging you, hold it as long as you can, because there are lots of rewards coming your way from Avenida Crypto, and not just rewards, but also a lot of opportunity of new investments along the way as well.
So basically, with this benefit, we're kind of promoting holding ChainFlower token long term. So all the early investors, if you keep holding whatever you invested, the amount that you invested, the tokens that you got, basically the higher the airdrop will be. So,
diamond hands is what I'm looking for.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again?
I said diamond hands is what I'm looking for.
Yep, that's what we're looking for. And actually, it's good you mentioned that. I already talked about this on the Telegram, but we're going to have our weekly Diamond Hands lottery.
Yes.
So basically, all the CFlow holders that keep holding the token will automatically go into this lottery that we're gonna do weekly. So basically, we're gonna be rewarding our community for holding the token. And I feel pretty confident that so we have an amazing community backing up the project, Avenida Crypto. Most of the investors from Avenida Crypto are investors that have been in crypto for long term. Most of them they don't go into projects just for the hype. They analyze projects the way you should analyze a project and see if the project has a long-term use case.
Yeah.
So most of the investors that we have right now are basically that type of they have that type of mindset. They're looking long-term. And since most of the investors that we have are long-term investors, we wanted to reward them by doing this Avenida token airdrop to all those early investors and holders. So I hope that answered the question. And maybe later on we could do a live with Christian so he can explain a little bit more about what Avenida Crypto will become and what the token will be used for as well. There's a lot of stuff that we need to talk about that too. But right now the focus is ChainFlowers, so we won't go into that right now. Yeah. Okay, Karen, the team's work ethic is outstanding. That gives us investor confidence in the project. Well, we really appreciate that comment. That's it's really good to know we have your support. Yeah. So, well, if you don't have any more questions, we are 56 minutes already. Let me see if we got any questions on the Telegram too. Let me go into there right now. Okay. No, I don't see any questions. So let me check on Twitter real quick. If you have any questions, you could post it on the chat. Like if you're on Facebook or YouTube, you could just post it on the chat. Let's see Twitter.
You don't address all the questions here, or you just don't, you're too shy to ask in an AMA. Just, fire away on Telegram. We're very open. Our door is always open. We're very approachable. So there is no such thing as a dumb question. Go ahead and ask, and we're here to answer them.
Yeah. And well, before we leave, just let me show you this this Twitter, this tweet. I'm sorry. I'm hungry already, man. I'm tired. So basically, this is a tweet from Monica Tajer. If you don't know who Monica Tajer is, I invite you to go to Google and just type her name, and you're going to see who the lady is. Basically, she's saying El Salvador is welcoming the first company from the exterior?
Yeah, abroad.
Abroad, that's a word, yes. It's kind of hard to be translating, which is ChainFlowers, a company for digital flower arrangements on art and crafts and all that stuff too. So yeah, well, I'm just gonna click here to show you who Monica is. Let me see if on her description shows. Okay, so she is from the Tech and Economical International Affairs of the government of El Salvador.
Yeah.
So with this, we can show you how serious we are with the project, how confident and how committed we are to the project, that the team even flew to El Salvador to meet with these government officials.
You got it.
So we have been working hard behind the scenes. I know sometimes we haven't been so active on Telegram. That's because, every time before a pre-sale, it's always kind of like the most, there's a lot of work to do.
Every phase has been a lot of work, Romer.
Yes. But yeah, it has been amazing, all the things that are happening right now. And I'm so excited about the launch tomorrow. We are launching anyways. Even if we don't feel the soft cap on Unicrypt, we're launching on Uniswap. We're going to share that with you. Well, anything else you want to add, Oscar, or do we call it a night?
Just one more time, grateful for everyone's support. Thank you, Avenida Crypto. Thank you, all the members. And thank you, if you're a new person watching us for the first time, I welcome you to join the two groups, right? The first one on Telegram, ChainFlowers. I think you have them at the bottom there in Telegram. And also Avenida Crypto. And learn more about us. And again, welcome any question from anyone. So again, thank you, everyone, and have a good night.
Awesome. I really appreciate everyone being here. And well, again, we have such an amazing community, Avenida Crypto. And well, Roger Truminio, which is the founder of Avenida Crypto too, is one of our most strongest supporters.
Yes,
if you don't know who Roger is, you could ask. He's kind of like a celebrity right now, right?
He's a crypto celebrity, yes.
He's a crypto celebrity. He was, well, most people probably know already about him. But yeah, basically Roger, he became kind of famous because he was the how would you call it? He was an early investor in TrustSwap when TrustSwap started, and he had like huge returns. So he basically
we all were. You and I were both also early investors there, but Roger really, he was one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, the amount that he invested, that's why we call him the Kraken. And it feels really good that we have his support. I just feel like very confident that we'll go through with this project. We're gonna finish the platform. I hope we finish it before next year, but I know we're gonna have it ready before the next bull run.
Yes, sir. That's the plan.
Okay, while we were talking, I got a couple more questions.
Changed.
Let me check. Okay, Jorge again commenting. I told you, man, he's our top promoter. Yeah, basically he's saying that with ChainFlowers, flow arrangements will last forever, and thanks to this, his mom and wife would basically enjoy the collections forever.
There you go.
Yeah. Sarah, yeah, we're with you. We're pretty optimistic. Again, we cannot talk about price, but we're committed to the project. And Andrea, it's really nice to have you here. She's actually a friend. First time watching, and we'll try to be in the next live. Well, let me tell you that the pre-sale is going on tonight. So if you want to get into the pre-sale, just let me know. You can text me either on Telegram or Facebook or Twitter, and I'll definitely explain you how you could participate. Now, Dani Ramos, se espera que CFlow llegue a Binance. Wow, okay. This one's pretty tough to... so let me explain you this. So to list on Binance, you basically need a huge volume. That's in the millions. And besides that, you're going to need, I think the listing fee is like $1 million. Is that correct? Okay. So not every project to be successful needs to be listed on Binance. You're going to see that most of the successful projects, the projects that will give you higher returns, they get to Binance years after their launch. Or even so, they don't even, like, for example, TrustSwap is one of the most exciting projects of 2020 and even 2021. And I'm not sure if they're planning listing on Binance, but they have been very successful on Uniswap. So we don't have that in mind right now. Well, we won't say no because we never know. Maybe 2-3 years from now, maybe we get all this volume from all the florist industry, which is in the more than $45 billion a year. So, like, if we get that type of volume, we'll probably go into Binance and maybe even Coinbase.
If it benefits the project and if it benefits our holders, then that is something that, if we can do it, absolutely. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, whether it's next year or 2-3 years from now. At that time, we will make that decision along with our community, because we involve our community a lot. And we hear what they say. If everyone says, yes, if you have the means and you can go to Binance, then that's what we will do.
Well, or maybe Roger could pay the fee too, the listing fee.
If he pays it, yes, let's do it.
But yeah. So yeah, maybe, like I said, we won't say no to that question because you never know. Maybe we could get that volume that we're expecting to. It's just like I said, the yearly volume on flowers is just huge. It's more than $45 billion a year. Every Valentine's Day, every Mother's Day, every anniversary. What else? You get engaged.
I messed up.
Weddings, funerals. What else? It's just an amazing. It's so huge industry. So I won't say no because, well, maybe there's a chance we could get that type of volume. So we'll see later on.
We're working hard.
Yeah. The other thing is really important. I think we forgot to mention this. that but I noticed someone asked us where we are based at. So we're actually a US company. We are based on Florida. But even though we're based on the US, we're going to focus on the whole country. We have these connections, especially with the government of El Salvador, which we made the connection already. We got some connections with the government of Honduras as well. And we're going to start approaching all this, all the areas. One of the good things about having a bilingual team is that I think you double the possibilities, you know.
I think so.
It's just not the English-speaking community, but we can get to the Spanish-speaking community as well. So we got
most spoken in the world, Wilmer. So I mean, we're really reaching the entire world with English and Spanish, almost, right? Just about.
That's right. So well, I'm really excited. I think that's all for tonight. We spent more than an hour, Oscar.
Yeah, well, but Wilmer, thank you for your time and thanks for having me. And again, thanks everyone.
And once again, our pre-sale is still live on Unicrypt. You're gonna end in a couple, let me guess, probably 20 hours or probably less, because we're launching tomorrow between 12 and 4 p.m. Eastern time. So you still have time. If you haven't get your CFlow tokens, you can go to Unicrypt and get them. Also, I'm sorry?
I said go get them now.
Yeah, because later on you won't be able to get them at that price. I'm also inviting everyone to join our Telegram and Twitter. I have seen like an incredible growth on the Twitter. I think we already have over 6,000 followers already. And the Telegram was really good too. I think we already surpassed the 700 Telegram users. So right now you will have an opportunity of becoming an early investor. You're early because we still haven't grown that much. Yeah. So I invite you to join us. Telegram, Twitter, links are down here. If you have any questions, the team is always available on Telegram. We are not anonymous, we're public. And we're gonna be there to help you. Any questions you got my you can get my Telegram ID from the group. You can find me on Facebook, you can find me on Twitter as Wilmer Toro, and probably you as Oscar Rodriguez, right?
Oscar Rodriguez, yes.
Okay. Well, it has been amazing. Thank you, everyone. And we'll see you tomorrow at lunch.
Good night.
Good night. See you then.